April 9th, Day 3, 3:22 a.m. While saying the storage unit of Glendale's is crucial to the case, and any hopes of finding him is a vast understatement. After pouring through mountains of files and information, I am still nowhere near learning what I need to know about Agent Glendale's location. Not all is lost yet, though. I have uncovered tons of information about the investigation he was researching. Let me start from the beginning, as I have uncovered it, so this will all make much sense as it does to me. I must apologize if I wander with my thoughts, as I'm still trying to figure all this out for myself. Let's see now. First, I found many files relating to the GoatMan, just like from the apartment, but a little bit more in depth than before. It seems that Glendale actually went out and talked with many of the witnesses listed in these newspaper articles. Then from his interviews, he was able to uncover other names of people he could talk to. There've got to be over 300 or 400 interviews here. That is a lot of people to talk to about the connection to a legend. These incidents cover a multitude of circumstances regarding from missing or mutilated pets and livestock, hearing strange noises in the woods, sightings, and even a couple of attacks by the creature itself. The one thing that remains the same in every interview is that everyone interviewed really believes in this GoatMan story, especially the ones who claim they have actually seen it. This makes me ponder. What makes a person say such things? I mean, it is one thing to blame an attack on something of unknown origin, but to actually say you have seen it is another thing altogether. These people really believe they have actually seen the GoatMan. But what did they really see? Could this be some sort of bad joke played on so many people? The only problem with that theory is that these incidents have stretched through many decades. If this is a joke or a hoax, then how is it possible that someone could keep this going through the years? That would most certainly take more dedication than the average person could ever possess, and they would be pretty old by now. I guess one could pass down their deception through the generations, but the possibility of that happening, I just don't see it. And the possibility of all this being some sort of mass hysteria is not likely either, given the statistics between 400 people and over 70 years of sightings and reports. But if this is not a hoax or a mass hysteria, then that only leaves one other possibility. It has to be true. I just don't think I'm willing to believe that. I find it hard to believe in urban legends, especially ones about an unknown creature that lurks the woods, killing everything in its path. Not to mention how this creature is believed to come about. You see, some people think that the GoatMan is just a Bigfoot-type creature that has been roaming the woods long before any human stepped foot on this side of the world. I have to think if that were true, there would be some sort of body turned up by now of one of these creatures. There are many arguments about the existence of Bigfoot, which makes any person with just an average intelligence question the possibility of such a creature. But this theory is much more plausible than the alternative. Some claim that the GoatMan was the result of a failed experiment at the Agricultural Research Center in Beltsville, Maryland, by a rogue doctor, and then the creature escaped and has been living in the woods of Prince George's County all this time, terrorizing locals and anyone who crosses him. That's it. Nothing else. There are no more details associated with this version of the legend to give it any validity. There is no exact date for when this was supposed to have happened, no mention of the doctor's name or where on the ARC campus this might have happened. And of course, the government would never comment on such absurd rumors. This version of the legend reminds me a little bit of a controversy revolving around other government conspiracies, like Area 51 and the Project Blue Book. That's what this really has to be, nothing more than just a rumor or a conspiracy theory. To be honest, I don't think my belief, or lack thereof, in this urban legend has any relevance to finding Agent Glendale at all. But just for the record, in my professional opinion, the GoatMan legend is a ridiculous fabrication of someone's imagination. What should be investigated here is why our government is spending our taxpayers' hard-earned money on such foolish endeavors. Despite my own thoughts about the GoatMan legend and any investigation into it, I still have to continue my research into the files, as it is clear to me that Glendale's location is somewhere in all this evidence. So I must place my personal and professional feelings about the GoatMan legend aside and find Agent Glendale through his search for the GoatMan. I fear that this is going to be harder than I have yet to imagine. I'm beginning to regret ever finding that key. 36-427.